Alright guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about tricks to save money while fishing. Alright guys, so tricks to save money while fishing is, I don't really have one trick. It's this right here. It's stinking super glue. Now super glue is probably can save you lots and lots of money in the long run. Super glue can be a lifesaver and a ginormous money hack. Now, you gotta be careful of how much you use, because if you use too much super glue, your bait will turn white. But how I like to use super glue is a couple ways, like attaching swim baits to like jig heads or something like that, or another way is to attach trailers to jigs. That way works really well. But I'll kind of show you how to use it, because it can be like, if you use too much, it's not good, but if you don't use enough, it can like fall off and stuff. Alright, so we have a little jig head. It's actually an underspin right here, but you take your swim bait right here, okay? And you want to line up, and you want to see how wooden your swim bait will come out. So it's coming right there. I'm just going to make a little bit mark so I know where it's going to come out. Alright, so now I line up my swim bait. I stick it in there. And then I go. And I come out right where my mark was. Alright, so now my swim bait's rigged on there. But if I catch enough fish, this swim bait will kind of pull off. And once it pulls off like that, it's super hard to get it back on. Now the reason I put my swim bait on first is so I don't, this super glue dries super quickly, so you gotta work really fast. So what I do is I kind of pull my swim bait back up. I take my super glue. It doesn't really matter what super glue you use, but I just like Gorilla Glue because, well, that's like kind of like a name brand type deal. But whenever you're using super glue, you want to make sure you get super glue with like these push side things, because that really helps you get all the super glue that's in here out. So what I like to do is I open it up here, and then I won't put a lot, because a lot of super glue will go a long way. I'll just take it and I'll just put a little tiny bit right here, and then a little tiny bit right there, and I'll just put some kind of just, oh snap, what the heck is happening here? Okay, and then I'll just close it like that, and you don't want to get your hands stuck in here, because, well, they'll kind of stuck together, and then I'll just kind of hold it. And then we'll come back in about a minute when it's finished drying. Alright, now we come back. It's been about a minute, and look, if I try to pull it off, I can't pull it off. It's like stuck on there for good. Like, I'm trying to pull it off right now. I'm actually legit pulling, and it's not coming off. Now this swim bait will go from lasting 1 to 2 fish to lasting about 20 or 30 fish. And as long as this swim bait stays intact, you can catch them. Another way you can use it is glue it on the back of a jig too. But say you ripped your worm or something, what you can do? You take your super glue that baby right back together. Let it dry, and then boom, your worm is literally back to where it was. And then you can also just glue the trailer back on jig. I've already glued it on there, and see, I'm pulling. I'm like legit pulling, and it's not coming off. So this jig trailer probably catch about 10 fish before it breaks, but that's 10 jig trailers I'll have to go through. But I don't have to go through, because I just had used one and I caught a whole bunch of fish. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the video of learning how to quickly save money while fishing. And well, yeah, go pick you up some super glue. And I don't know if I like this super glue gel one. I was just using something like not the gel, not the green lid, something like an orange or white lid. I think those are better. Yeah, but just don't use the gel, okay? It doesn't really work too well. But I think you shake it up or something. I don't know. But just get something that really works. I'll leave links to this one if you want like like a watery kind of deal. I'll also leave links to like an actual good one. But the key is to get super glue with these little pushings on there, because that really helps get all the super glue out. And it's a lot better for fishing because you can just push it and have your jig in the other hand, have your bait in the other hand, and just kind of doctor it all up. But you also don't want to get it stuck in your hands, because I've had it legit stuck to my fingers and I've had to rip my skin because it dried on my fingers. So you want to be careful of how you use super glue. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below of other super glues that may work. Leave a comment down below of other hacks you may want to learn about. And make sure to like and subscribe. See you later. Catch a big one. Peace.